Green Bones here, and this is going to be number 10 in our series on go bags, which is basically a kind of a version of a bug out bag that has, your basic 5 things you need, which is food, water, first aid kit, survival kit, and a trauma kit. And it's basically a bare essentials bag. And as you can see, the bag on the far right is kind of a decent sized bag, and then the bag on the far left is kind of the medium bag, and then you have the small camo bag in the center. And I've kind of gone over the ones on the sides, and so I wanted to talk a little bit about the one in the center. It's going to be the cheapest for you to actually make, kit-wise. And, is it as complete as, say, the big one? Well, no, but my mom wanted something that would easily fit in her trunk and take up minimal space, but still kind of get the job done. So I'm just going to go through a quick overview of what she's got in it, and a little bit about why I chose that. And, it's by no means complete, and she still has a little bit of room to add to it if she decides there's something that's deficient. And I want to reiterate that this is all dependent on you and what you want to carry and what you think is going to be useful. And this is just, my ideas of what I'm going to want to carry based on, my experiences. And, do I have a decent amount of experience in this type of stuff? It's decent. It's decent enough to make these bags. So, first I want to start out with what the bag is. The bag is the CamelBak Mule. Obviously it's going to have a designated water bladder. It's CamelBak. But they did make one, a version that's got a couple pretty decent sized pockets in it. And it has MOLLE on the front side of the bottom pocket. And I just bought a Voodoo Tactical trauma pouch to kind of round out the kit and give me a little bit of extra room that I needed to actually put a trauma kit on there. Before, I was just running this pack by itself in my trunk with the survival kit and a first aid kit. And, I had another trauma pouch that was just kind of floating around in the trunk with it. And I decided I wanted to be able to take it all and walk and have it be in a nice tight unit. So let's get into the bag. You see on the outside I do have a Leatherman attached to it. It's a medium-sized multi-tool, which is what I recommend, and it's the Blast. Do you have to get something this expensive? No. But I think this is a great entry-level medium-sized multi-tool from Leatherman, and I kind of prefer Leathermans, and I did a video on that, so you can see that. So this one's a little stiff because it's new. This whole kit's pretty much brand new, except for the bag, which is my leftover when I upgraded it to something a little bit bigger. And I upgraded it to a bigger bag because my family grew, so it kind of inspired that. If you haven't seen my video on why I have the go bags, and you want a couple reasons why you should get one, go watch that video. But the Blast, the Leatherman Blast, comes with their their bit adapter kit. Well, it doesn't come with it, but it comes with the ability to use the adapter kit. So, and these bits give you a lot of extra capabilities. You can actually buy a bit kit that has like 20 different bits, and they're double-sided, so it basically gives you 40 different possibilities. And this actual sheath is really good. It's just their nylon sheath that actually has elastic to fit a bunch of different stuff in there. And then on this side I have a paracord. This one's not a bracelet, but little attachment and it's really just so that you have extra paracord on you. It's always a good thing to have. And then I have a little knife. I kind of dig knives that will actually fit through the MOLLE gear, because that allows you to easily store them. And this was just, it's a good knife, but I looked for sales and it was 20 bucks. So, and it came with another piece of kit I'll show you in a minute. So, I built this from scratch right away, so I tried to do everything kind of on a budget. This trauma kit is in no way, all the way complete, but you have a giant roll of gauze, some J-tubes, some Israeli bandages. You have, in here you have Quick Clot. Over here you have another big Israeli bandage, a pair of trauma shears, and something for a sucking chest wound. We also have stuff for, eye injuries and stuff, but that's basically, there's a couple other things in here, something for a nasal blockage to kind of get into their nasal cavity and get that flowing again, and some other stuff. So basic trauma kit, nothing fancy, just stop bleeding, keep airway going, type stuff. And then in this first pocket, it's more of an admin pouch, but I've been stuffing this giant first aid kit in there. And this is a first aid kit that, I was running for years, and basically it fits in the bag, so I gave her my first aid kit and started from scratch. And I did a video on the first aid kits. So basically this it's got a front pocket that's full of a different assortment of bandages, and then you open it up and it's got gloves, which, you know what, I don't know why I don't have gloves in the trauma kit, because you don't do anything trauma oriented without gloves. And I think I was supposed to put 2 of these pairs in here and just forgot. You always put gloves on the first thing you do when you come across any situation that requires your trauma kit, because look, unless they're your child, you don't know. Even if it's your buddy, you don't know what he's been doing. So wrap your hands up. Duct tape is always good. Highlights of this is, bug spray, antiseptic wipes, hand towels, sting wipes, freaking duct tape, and a lot of gauze stuff. Your first aid kits, for your comfort. Trauma kit keeps you alive. So that is what fits in this admin pouch. I thought there was something else in here. Not a big deal. And then, in this upper pouch, I have her face mask for CPR, and then a bunch of her survival stuff. I have her splint for CPR. These are quick tab, fire starting tabs. Her splint, bunch of different D-ring connectors, really good tape. What we got in here? I got a bunch of stuff. Space blanket, water purification, fish hooks and line, hand saw, just something still got to throw on my wife's kit, and ways to start fire, extra batteries for her flashlight, which is, I'll show you where that's at in a second. Flashlight's a very important part of your survival kit. Besides just, it's one of the first things I recommend to people. Paracord, 20 feet or so. It's always a good idea. And then I bought, some of you might laugh, but I bought a fanny pack to augment this. My mom's getting up there, and she can't, necessarily haul a giant pack like that, or even a medium-sized pack like this, but she can haul this CamelBak on her back, and then some of her stuff up front, and it also makes it easy to get to. So what do I have in here? I have her mace. I have, a bunch of different stuff. I have bug repellent. I have her whistle. I have what's in here? A lighter, which is, you know, her second way to make fire. I have, this is the other thing that came with that knife. It's kind of cool. It's little fork, spoon, you know, can opener type, you know, just all around utensil. So, you know, 20 bucks for the knife and that, I thought was a pretty decent deal. And then she's got a really good, well, not really good, but this is like a pretty decent compass, man. And you need a compass in every survival kit, regardless of, you know, even if you have a GPS, if your kit is that sophisticated, you have a GPS in it, and a hand radio or something, you still need a compass, man. Always have a compass, always know which way the road is, right? And then in this big pocket back here, she has a couple other things that are essentials, and I thought, you know, she'd want to have handy bite aid for mosquito bites or whatever you come across. Waterproof matches, third way to start fire. Cliff bars. Her flashlight, more Cliff bars. Should have. She's got like 3 in here. She should have more, but you just start somewhere. This is her flashlight and her main light, and this is the Quirk Mini AA squared by 4.7s. It's a great light. I did a review on that. Signal mirror. Here's the other Cliff bar. Start somewhere. Should she have more Cliff bars in there? Yeah, but started with a couple, and work your way up. And then a bunch of Kim lights. And that's basically, I mean, her kit is bare bones. I think there's an emergency poncho in there, little thing to keep the rain off you. But she wanted something small, bare essentials, and that's what that is. There's no creature comforts there. One thing I want to say you really need to have is way to make fire. In your survival kits, if you don't have a lot of room, have a way to make fire, have a way to figure out where the hell you are, a way to signal, something to keep the water off your back, and mace or pepper spray. If you're stuck out there, pepper spray is going to get most animals to leave you the hell alone. First aid kit, band-aids, you need something to clean a wound, something to sterilize a wound, and something to plug it up. First aid, you know, it's just creature comfort, so bug repellent and stuff like that. And then trauma, just the basics: way to stop bleeding, way to keep breathing, and that's bare bones kit. That's the bare minimum. All right. If you have any questions, hit me up. Otherwise, I'm out.